Actual Test Set 2. This is the listening section of the Toefl Junior Practice Test. The listening section has 42 questions. Follow along as you listen to the directions to the listening comprehension section. Directions. In this section of the test, you will hear a teacher or other school staff member talking to students. Each talk is followed by one question. Choose the best answer to each question and mark the letter of the correct answer on your answer sheet. You will hear each talk only one time. Here is an example.
Listen to a teacher talking to a student.
Paul, here is your creative essay. It was really wonderful. I especially liked the part when the hero, Jackie, saved the old lady. You have a talent for writing stories and a great imagination. I think if you submitted one of your stories to a local newspaper or magazine, they would probably print it. What do you think?
What subject might the teacher teach?
Now, read the answer choices. The correct answer is D, language. Here is another example.
Listen to a principal introducing a guest speaker to students. We have a very special guest, everybody. He comes from Chill Weather University. He's an expert in marine biology who has spent a lot of time researching the Arctic Ocean and the Black Sea. He has come here today to talk about sea creatures, and when he's finished, he will take some questions from you. Please give a very warm welcome to Professor Dean Baker. What will the students probably do next?
Now, read the answer choices. The correct answer is B, clap. Go on to the next page, and the test will begin with question number 1.
Number 1. Listen to a teacher talking to a class.
I found this jacket in the hallway after our Cinderella rehearsal. Does anyone own it? The size is a medium, and it doesn't have a name on it anywhere. It has a packet of baseball cards in one of the pockets, as well as a small hole in the left sleeve. I will hold on to it, so if you find out whose it is, please send them to me to collect it.
What might be true about the jacket's owner? Number 2. Listen to a principal making an announcement to students. The school sports day was a great success. Thank you, everyone, for making it such a wonderful day. I was very impressed with the way you all played and behaved. As for the results, the red team came first with 174 points. Congratulations to the Reds. The blue team came in second, yellow third, and green fourth. Keep practicing, and let's do even better next year. What is the subject of the announcement? Number 3. Listen to an art teacher talking to a class.
That's it for today, everybody. Please take your paint, paintbrush, and container to the washroom and clean everything up as you found it. Once that's done and all the tables are clean, we'll all head back to your homeroom. Anybody who has finished their painting today can take it home to show their parents. Max, that's a nice picture of a car.
Who will take their painting home? Number 4. Listen to a principal making an announcement to students. The end-of-year yearbook is coming out in December. It will have lots of photos from this year and will also have some information about certain events that took place and sports contests that were played. The editors are also looking for stories or contributions from you. So please think about something special you did at school this year, write about it, and submit it to the yearbook editors. What is the purpose of the announcement? Number 5. Listen to a teacher talking to a student.
Frank, you've got 19 stickers at the moment. 19 stickers for your hard work. If you get just one more sticker, you'll have 20 stickers. And you know what that means? You'll get a $10 coupon from the school that you can spend at the school store. Keep up the good work.
What will Frank probably do next? Number 6. Listen to a principal making an announcement to a class. Good morning, Class 7A. Your homeroom teacher, Mr. Vincent, is not here today. Unfortunately, he's sick and had to go to the hospital. Instead, Mrs. Alfredo, a substitute teacher, will be teaching you. Mrs. Alfredo has a lot of experience, and I'm sure you'll have a good time with her today. Please give her a warm welcome and be on your best behavior for her. Thanks. What is the purpose of the announcement? Number 7. Listen to a computer teacher talking to a class.
We've got only about 5 minutes left, everyone, so I recommend that you save the work you're doing and close any applications on the computer. It's the last class for today, so could you turn off your computers and clean your workstation also? At 2:45, we will all go back to your homeroom.
What is probably the time now? Number 8. Listen to a teacher talking to a class. Unfortunately, the air conditioner in here is broken, everyone. We have called for a repairman to come and fix it ASAP, but he can't come until tomorrow. Therefore, let's keep the windows open and try our best to be patient. I promise everything will be much cooler in here tomorrow and things will get back to normal. What is the subject of the talk? Number 9. Listen to a teacher talk to a class.
The movie we're about to watch is called Lion. It was released in 2016 and was nominated for 6 Oscars, although it didn't win any of them. You'll notice that the first half of the movie takes place in India and the second part in Australia. As you watch, think about the story and the themes in the story because at the end, we'll have a discussion. Now, let's watch it.
How many Oscars did the movie win? Number 10. Listen to a teacher talking to a class. These days, we use money whenever we want to buy something. But a long time ago, there wasn't always something like money that everybody could recognize and believe in. So, people used seashells, leaves, seeds, or pieces of gold or silver if they wanted to trade with each other. Today, those items have different values. Gold and silver still are quite valuable, although because we have money and currency, they are used much less frequently. What is the main topic of the talk?
Now you will hear some conversations. Each conversation will be followed by 3 or more questions. Choose the best answer to each question and mark the letter of the correct answer on your answer sheet. You will hear each conversation only one time.
Questions 11 through 13. Listen to a conversation between 2 friends.
Hi, Jessie. I really like your sunglasses. Where did you get them?
My Aunt Vivian got them for me when she went on holidays. She gave them to me last Sunday when she got back. She also gave me some chocolates. She's a great aunt.
Really? You have a very nice aunt. What country did she go on holidays to?
She went to Europe, Italy, France, Germany, and some other countries, but I forgot their names.
That's nice. They're probably pretty good sunglasses if she bought them over there.
Maybe. I like the style, but another reason I like to wear them is they protect my eyes from the sun on bright days like today. You should get a pair of sunglasses as well, Brad.
Yeah, I never thought about that. I thought if I wear a cap, my eyes would be protected.
They can, but sunglasses can protect your eyes a bit better than a cap. And there is another added benefit.
Oh, yeah? What's that?
Sometimes flies and mosquitoes fly into your eyes. It's really annoying. But if you're wearing sunglasses, they can't hit you in the eye. They hit the lens instead.
I never thought about that. I'm going to ask my aunt if she can get me some sunglasses too, Jessie.
Now answer the questions. Number 11. What are the speakers discussing? Number 12. According to Jessie, where did her aunt go on holidays? Number 13. What is true about Jessie's aunt? Questions 14 through 17. Listen to a conversation between two friends outside. Oscar, what are you taking a photo of now?
I'm just taking a picture of the trees. Aren't they a nice color at the moment? They're really colorful and the green grass in the background matches them very well.
That's true. You take a lot of photos. How many have you taken in total?
I have a hard drive at home and on it there are over 10,000 photos that I've taken in the past 3 years.
That's a lot of photos. Do you use them or look at any of them after you take them?
Sure I do. I always look back and edit the photos I take. Sometimes I change them a little bit.
Why do you take so many photos?
The reason is because I want to remember things. If I see a picture, I can remember it really easily and have good memories about it.
I write things in my diary to remember, but I might try taking some pictures like you.
I tell you what, Tina, you know you're my good friend and I want to always remember you. Why don't we take a photo together now?
That sounds like a great idea. Maybe we can have some colorful trees in the background, too. Now answer the questions. Number 14. What is the main topic of the conversation? Number 15. What is true about the boy? Number 16. What will the speakers probably do next? Number 17. What does the boy imply when he says this? Sometimes I change them a little bit. Questions 18 through 21. Listen to a conversation between two friends at school.
Julie, what do you think about this weather?
Are you kidding? I think it's terrible. It's been raining for 3 days, and I'm sick of it.
Yes, I totally agree. We haven't been able to go outside at all. We've had to stay in all day.
That's right. Mrs. Rogers has had us doing so many coloring exercises. I feel really bored of coloring. And I used to love coloring. Right now, I just want to run and burn off some energy.
That would be hard to do. It's so wet outside. Have you seen the lake behind the school?
No, my house is the other way. I don't go near the lake on my way home.
There's been so much rain that lake has overflowed.
Really?
Yes, it looks bad. The water has flowed over and crossed the road, and there are big puddles all over the place. It's even become difficult for cars to drive down that road now.
My mother usually drives everywhere, but she doesn't like the rain. She says she's not going to drive as much until the rain stops and the roads get dry.
Well, I just hope this rain stops so we can play our sports game on Friday.
Now answer the questions. Number 18. What is the main topic of the conversation? Number 19. What is true about the lake? Number 20. What does David imply when he says, "That would be hard to do"? Number 21. What does David hope to be doing on Friday? Questions 22 through 25. Listen to a conversation between two friends outside.
Hi, come over here for a minute, Tanya. I want to show you something really cool.
Sure. What have you got there, Bart?
Look down at this little hill and tell me what you see.
Yuck. I see something really gross.
Aren't they beautiful? There are probably 5,000 ants here.
Ants are not beautiful, Bart. In fact, they're disgusting.
In some ways, you're right, Tanya. They can be pretty disgusting, but these ants are special ants called leafcutter ants.
What's special about leafcutter ants?
Leafcutter ants work as a team. Some ants go back and forth to places where there are leaves. The bigger ants cut those leaves. So sometimes you will see a leaf with a piece cut out of it. Leafcutter ants probably did that. They cut pieces from leaves and carry them back to the nest. That's why they're called leafcutter ants.
Hey, I see an ant right there. He's carrying a piece of leaf, and it's bigger than him.
Yes, I see him too. He's taking the leaf back to the nest. The rest of the ants will be able to use it. Who knows? He may then go back and get another piece of leaf. So maybe they're disgusting, but they're still pretty interesting, don't you think?
I guess so. Now answer the questions. Number 22. What are the speakers mainly talking about? Number 23. What does Bart say about the ants? Number 24. What can be inferred about Tanya? Number 25. Why does Bart talk about ants?
Now you will hear some talks and discussions about academic topics. Each talk or discussion is followed by 4 or more questions. Choose the best answer to each question and mark the letter of the correct answer on your answer sheet. You will hear each talk or discussion only one time.
Questions 26 through 29. Listen to a teacher talking in a history class. The Incan people lived in South America long ago. They first appeared in the Andes in the 1100s AD and slowly built a huge kingdom. Their land area went from northern Ecuador to central Chile. In this area, there were 12 million Incans from more than 100 different ethnic groups at the civilization's strongest point. Despite their huge numbers, the Spanish, who brought better weapons and diseases, overtook the Incans in 1572. While they were in existence, the Incans developed a lot of great things, including roadway systems, centralized religion, and language. They also had advanced methods of farming and agriculture. The Incan farmers grew many different crops. Interestingly, some of them are still eaten by people today. Several of these crops are fruits. 3 different fruits, the pepino dulce, the naranjilla, and the cherimoya, are the best known. The color of the pepino dulce is similar to that of the melon, and it tastes like a honeydew mixed with a cucumber. The naranjilla tastes like a citrus fruit, and its juice is used as a drink. As for the cherimoya, what's special is that different people describe its taste in different ways. Incan farmers also grew several different roots. 2 different roots, the aracacha and the uluco, are best known. The aracacha looks like a carrot, and the inside of the root is white, yellow, or purple. The leaves of the uluco are similar to those of the spinach. Now answer the questions. Number 26. What is this lecture mainly about? Number 27. According to the lecture, what was the population of the Incan Empire? Number 28. According to the lecture, what caused the Incans to be overtaken by the Spanish? Number 29. What is pepino dulce said to taste like? Questions 30 through 33. Listen to a teacher talking in a class.
GPS, or the Global Positioning System, is everywhere these days. We take it for granted that we can find where we are on our smartphones. We locate cars or use watches with GPS. In the beginning, the idea for such a system was a military one. It was to help the long-range navigation of ships and planes. GPS was first used by the U.S. military in the Cold War days. Navigation systems were used earlier than this, but they were not as accurate. That's when the idea of using satellites in space was considered. The first satellite used for these purposes was launched in 1978. Today, there are more than 30 satellites in the sky that help us with GPS navigation, and there are always at least 24 of them that are active. What's more, they don't always just handle navigation data. They have other devices on them and collect other forms of information. In the 1980s, the Americans decided to allow anyone to use the GPS system for free. They did, however, keep one thing to themselves, which was a more accurate reading option. And then, on May 1, 2000, they allowed everyone else to utilize that accurate option as well. GPS is so popular that there are even GPS shoes. What GPS items do you have?
Now, answer the questions. Number 30. What is mostly being discussed? Number 31. Why does the teacher talk about the military? Number 32. According to the teacher, what happened in 1978? Number 33. What did the Americans allow in the 1980s? Questions 34 through 37. Listen to a teacher talking in a science class. Do you know what taste buds are? Taste buds help animals, including us, taste food. Humans can sense 4 basic flavors: sweet, salty, bitter, and sour. In general, for us at least, foods that are sweet or salty will tend to be nutritious, while bitter or sour foods may be a warning sign that the food is old or bad for us. The catfish has about 250,000 taste buds all over it, so it is the animal with the best sense of taste. On the other hand, humans only have about 10,000 taste buds or less, giving us a much poorer sense of taste. Many people think that taste buds are only located on the tongue, but there are some in the back of the throat, down the throat, as well as in the nose and sinuses. You might also think you can see your taste buds, but you can't. Taste buds can't be seen by the naked eye because they are too small. The bumps you can see and feel on your tongue are not actually taste buds. However, each one of those bumps holds about 6 taste buds on top of it. The sweet taste buds are located at the tip of the tongue. Just like the buds for sweetness, the salty taste buds are located at the tip of the tongue. On the other hand, the bitter taste buds are near the back of the tongue. The sour taste buds are found on the sides of the tongue. Now, answer the questions. Number 34. What is the teacher mainly discussing? Number 35. According to the teacher, which animal has the best sense of taste? Number 36. According to the teacher, what is true about our taste buds? Number 37. Where does the speaker say sour taste buds can be located? Questions 38 through 42. Listen to a discussion in a class.
Something that a lot of cities are not only proud of, but are remembered for, are their skyscrapers. The word skyscraper means something that scrapes the sky. Of course, nothing can scrape the sky. So, the word usually means a very tall building. Let's look at some of the skyscrapers in the world. In 1930, the Chrysler Building was completed and became the world's first skyscraper taller than 1,000 feet.
What about the Empire State Building? Wasn't it the tallest building?
Great point. At 1,046 feet, the Chrysler Building was indeed the tallest building, but only for 11 months. And you guessed it, the Empire State Building went past it. In 1931, the Empire State Building was officially opened. At 1,250 feet, it was the world's tallest building for nearly 40 years. New York is sometimes referred to as the Empire State, and the name of the skyscraper comes from that nickname. Interestingly, the Chrysler Building is still the world's tallest brick building.
Were all the tall buildings only in New York?
Not for long. In 1968, the John Hancock Center was built in Chicago and became the world's tallest building outside New York. At 1,128 feet, it is the seventh tallest building in the United States. In 1971, the Twin Towers of the World Trade Center were completed, and at 1,350 feet, it was the world's tallest building for 2 years. In these times, a great many cities possess tall skyscrapers. From buildings to towers, almost every trip to a big city is not complete with a trip to the tallest skyscraper's observation deck. What is your favorite one?
Now answer the questions. Number 38. What is the discussion mainly about? Number 39. According to the discussion, how long was the Chrysler Building the tallest building in the world? Number 40. According to the discussion, how long was the Empire State Building the world's tallest building? Number 41. According to the discussion, what was special about the John Hancock Center? Number 42. What can be inferred from the discussion about skyscrapers?